the Change Your Life annual show, and this is the 2015 edition. There's something about that 5 and 15 in my head. Now, we're going to be talking about education. Once there was this young man who lived in one little room with 13 of his siblings and his 2 parents, dreaming of becoming a lawyer, dreaming of changing the world. He didn't know how he would get there. But well, some people intervened, and today he's not only a law graduate of Cambridge, he's come back home to contribute to his That young man is right here beside me, Mr. Alex Ezenagu. How are you? Good morning.
Very well.
Happy New Year. And of course, Bob D's joined us again. This is your top because you know this young man.
Yes, Alex actually invited me to speak to them at Cambridge early this year, and I must thank you for the good time you gave me. I mean, you have so many Nigerians, and they actually told me how difficult it was for them going to school, and today they have scholarships in the best universities in the world.
Finally, on the extreme right hand, the people who made it possible for Alex to find the sort of education he had capacity for and desire was the New Era Foundation, headed by Senator Oluremi Tinubu. And Mr. Oshilaja here is the executive director of New Era Foundation. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, I'm going to sit back and leave this to you.
Yes. For me, education is very critical. I was telling Funmi when she was asking me earlier on, where did I pick my Yoruba from? And I said my mom couldn't speak one word of English. In fact, eventually I ended up studying Yoruba in the university, and my mother was wondering, what are you going to do? But the importance of education is that it makes you a complete human being. And that is why this segment, for me, is very, very emotional, because there are so many kids out there, and I would like to ask Alex, what motivated you?
Rightly so. I grew up in Oshodi, when Oshodi was and I experienced to work with my passion last year. And so it was more, you either were going to do trade,
you're either going to do trade, become an area boy,
or left alone, to yourself. I had friends on the other hand who had parents who were educated, and as such I had a bit of exposure to what it was educated. So I kept working at school. I had lots of minor scholarships until 20 with the spelling bee competition, which was the one-day governor. Unfortunately, I did not win that competition. I came third, but then I was graciously brought into the council of one-day governor. And I've gone ahead to graduate from the University of Ibadan with the first class, with the Nigerian Law School with the first class. Bagging my master in law program earlier this year. And for me, the motivation I fought to the end or became part of the nuisance in the society we are all facing today as challenges. And I thought there was just one way forward. Go to school and just make something out of myself. Today, I've worked in some of the best law firms in Nigeria. I'm looking at doing my PhD, I'm looking at working in excellent places, and this could only have been possible because I had that support from I'm internally grateful to.
I'm going to, do you want to?
Go.
I'm going to ask, because that thing, what you said there is key, where there was a choice of either finding a way out or just falling by the wayside. You speak about it, you make it sound easy, but there are many, many little boys and girls in little homes all around Nigeria who are watching you now. How do you teach a child to take the better option regardless of the difficulty?
I think the answer would be in role models. Growing up as a child, I heard of people like Professor Fidelis Ojita. I knew Professor Yemi. I knew about people who were role models in some sort. And I did my research on the CV. I equally watched your program back then, and there used to be this but looking back today, I think those were the abstract motivations They may not have been physical or material, but then I knew someday I wanted to be this. I wanted to be this, and so I kept working. And so the message would be, if you could put a picture before you of who you'd want to be like, and if you could do a little research on the steps the person is taking. I mean, there are limitations, and the limitations are really real. I have had to up goods, I've had to carry goods for people, I've had to wash, I've had to sweep, I've had to do all sort of odd jobs. But today, I do not look like one who did any of those things, and this is the reward for the hard work that you could put in. And so if that could be anything,
Mr. Oshilaja, I mean, you must be proud. You're sitting there like a proud daddy.
Oh, absolutely. Very, very proud. Yes.
Why zero in on education?
As you know, Senator Remi Tinubu, in everything she does, she takes a lot of pride in the fact that she's a teacher, you know, and as a teacher with a big difference, you know, a teacher that is very, very interested in the future of every of her students. Unfortunately, she's not teaching in any school right now, so she took up this challenge, you know, way back in 2001, you know, to start the idea of spelling bee and all this stuff. And it has helped a lot of students within the public schools. And I just want to make sure that I open my mouth wide here while our Bob D, you wanted the governor here to be the president of Nigeria. I support you. I support you because I mean, you know how it is when a government comes and goes, and then they throw everything out, and a new government comes and it comes with all sort of stuff.
So you had stability, and that has
yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
I'm going to go quickly to the governor now because
Yeah.
I got around this. I hear something from you, Alex, and I like it. And that is putting up role models for young people across board so that they have something to focus on and dream about. I know you are passionate about education. What are we going to do about those 10 million children?
Well, I honestly wish you didn't ask that question that way, because my answer first is, where did that data come from? And I say this because Alex represents one of the unmeasured successes that we have produced. But there's still many, many more. And Alex, for me, is also the story of the virtue of adversity. How adversity helps to improve rather than diminish you. And it's a lesson to all parents that we must never overprotect our children from adversity. They must see what made us in order that they may prepare to face their own challenges of life. But back to the problem of data. If you want to solve a problem, you must have the fullest measure of it. And this is why things like census taking, residence registration remain very important to me, as they should to any serious group of people, community, state, or nation. If you can't measure the problem, you can't manage it.
Yeah.
So when they throw, it may well be more than 10 million, it may be less, but we have played games with our planning tools. And therefore, somebody from somewhere just tells us it's 10 million people, and we all run with it. I question that data, not because I want to question things, but because we fully need to dimension the size of the problem. If it is 10 million children, for example, as a matter of proven record, how much then does it take to give each child an education so that we will ensure that what we then provision is enough to go round?